Yo, what's going down, everybody? Steve here, Command Centre Wargaming. So we've got an absolute explosion of marine stuff going on right now. I've been there finishing up my Sakara and Venator 30k stuff for Alpha Legion. Currently trying to work on the Fire Raptor, but I'm up to decals. But I've really got to cover this marine stuff, which has just come out, which is fairly breaking news. And it's pretty awesome. So, yeah, like only Adonis, he was basically there and he was sending me pictures of the Dreadnought. And apparently, I didn't know, but like apparently there was all this other stuff. I thought he was just sending me the Dreadnought. I'm like, oh, I've already seen it, man. I've seen it up on, the Warhammer 40,000 group on Facebook and stuff. And then yeah, and then like as I finished the Venator, I got that video out. You could see it on the channel there. It's the last video I put up. And basically all of a sudden I just flick over and it's like, apparently it's like Space Marine explosion. It's like, holy crap. So anyway, so it looks like Danny was right when he commented on, we made a Marines are crap in the meta video a couple of weeks ago. And Danny, basically one of our subscribers, commented just, don't say that too fast because Marines are getting a bit of a thing going on and they're going to be worked on and that, and looks like he was right again. He was right about the Imperial Knight. So yeah, so we've got ICT organizers / players and then ICT players and all this kind of stuff giving us the info, which is good. So it looks like that info was solid. So yeah, so look, what I'm going to do, we've got the Warhammer community article up here, and I'm going to basically go through it, give you some of my thoughts. I'm not going to read out the whole thing because I think that's been done and dusted by now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through giving you my opinions on some things. Just basically have a talk about like, what some of the new units are, where it's all going, where it's all happening. We're talking about this guy, this new Dreadnought, which is apparently meant to be some kind of scout Dreadnought, which is pretty awesome. This Rhino, thankfully, it doesn't just look like a Rhino with hover on it. It kind of does a little bit, but there's a little bit more sort of to it than that. And, so we got that. It's like they got their sort of heavy stubbers and stuff. And looks like there's sort of like some back section where like the Marines can hang on, which is awesome as well. And I believe, I'm pretty sure, I have to read it. I actually haven't read this, believe it or not. I've just been going off like what people have told me. So we'll read a little bit of it. But I believe that finally this guy can finally take Primaris, and there's a Phobos there, Phobos Marine there in the canopy. So, it looks like they're finally doing it, which is fantastic. And we'll go through a little bit more about that later. Apparently, all the stuff in the Shadow Spear box is getting single releases now as well, which is fantastic. And we're getting a new codex as well. Not only that, but we're also getting supplements, and we're also getting for each team we're getting things as well. So. Which is going to be amazing. So that's fantastic. Unfortunately, though, for people like myself who have 10 Space Marine armies, there's another 10 grand. There's another grand probably I'm going to have to spend on codexes and that. But whatever. Look, I'm just happy that they're going to be boosting Marines up in the meta, or at least giving them a go anyway. Because the thing is that Marines, they have needed it, to be honest. And, we've had the Bolter Beta rule, and things like that, which have kind of helped to jazz things up a little bit. But, Marines really need some love in the meta. And I think this might, I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to say it's going to make them a top contender, like is in the top 3 or whatever. I still don't think it's going to put them on level with Eldar and Dark Eldar and kind of stuff like that. But I reckon it's going to put them up into a point where you're not going to get your ass handed to you with them in a competitive scene, and people aren't going to laugh at you just for bringing them, pretty much, because that's kind of where Space Marines are. Well, they gotten a little bit better. They have gotten a little bit better. We've had like a bit of a Centurion thing with Imperial Fists and, coming out of Land Raiders and stuff like that. And they have gotten a little bit better, but this is hopefully going to set them up. Hopefully this makes it better and they just don't become super, super OP. Because that would suck. That would suck big time. But we've got to basically see how it goes. There's a new rule called Shock Assault, which is pretty cool. And and it's going to be awesome. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's take it from the top. So basically we have, this is coming from the Warhammer Mega Day. So let's have a look at this. There's some pictures of like an apocalypse battle that went down, which is pretty cool. So we'll just have a quick flick through that very quickly. It looks like some purple towel. That's a fitting color for towel. And I thought it was actually Emperor's Children there for a second. And you got a Warlord coming in, which is pretty cool. Quite nice looking Warlord. That's the Sons of Horus. And yeah, so there we go. I've seen that guy. He's in all the photos. If anyone knows who that guy is, let me know in the comments. He might be an employee of Forge World or something. He might be like a competitive player. I don't know, but I've just seen the guy's face somewhere. He's appeared in a few photos. So yeah, okay, that's basically it. Nice apocalypse game. Good to sort of see that. All right, and that's fantastic. It looks like it. Geez, that would have been a pretty big game. But awesome, yeah. And then apparently there was a big reveal. So let's go through this here. I think I will read it because, like I said, I haven't read it myself yet. So there might be information that I haven't come to yet. So I'll read it out with you and we'll say it goes. As promised, once the battle was over, the triumphant players gathered in the Bugman's Bar for the after party, where they were treated to a special Warhammer 40,000 preview. And we've got all the latest news for you right here. Brace yourself for a glimpse into the grim darkness of the near future. All right, so here we go. I'm going to watch this trailer because I guess they would have seen this trailer. Hopefully my net holds up. So let's just go through here. I'm not sure if there's sound coming out or not, but there we go. There's a Marine with the black caprice. It's always good to see it. And some initiates and stuff like that. Come to me, my son. I'm going to inject you with
war, forge them.
Whatever it is.
They will be of iron will.
I forgot Zagadites or something that they used for the male genome to bond them to make them Space Marines, I think.
Mightiest guns will they be armed.
It's one of the things, it's a genome that they have, which means that they can only be male. I won't go into that anymore, I don't want to set one, but it's just the way it is. So yeah, basically cool. That looks pretty awesome. You know, you've got to love those Primaris.
Work against the terror. They are the defenders of humanity. They are my Space Marines.
Yeah, it's cool.
And they shall know no fear.
He's facing up to it. Codex Space Marines. Right, so that was a trailer for Codex Space Marines, which is awesome. Okay, let's stop that right there and roll on. And then it looks like, I don't know if it's the same trailer, but it could be a new trailer, but let's check it out. So the Space Marines, the Emperor's avenging angels of death, are undeniably the most iconic faction in Warhammer 40,000. Their imagery as integral as the universe as the Imperial Aquila, and we're about to enter a new golden age of the Adeptus Astartes. About freaking time, guys! Because you've been releasing awesome models, but they're not represented on the tabletop as they are in the lore. And, you know, oh, thank goodness. Like, I know there's heaps of subscribers on the channel here. They're going to be, like, super duper happy about this. So I just got the Command Centre Wargaming Facebook page open here, because just making sure that keeps there, because I've asked some subscribers' opinions. You can check us out over Facebook. It's just over Facebook. Type in commandcenterwargaming.com. We're also on Instagram as well. But yeah, so let's watch the second trailer. Let's see what it does. See what it says. Good artwork. That's awesome. I love that. It's just a hit on the shoulder. It's just like bam. You know, I love that art. It's an old grizzled veteran on the front. That's what I like to see, everybody. I want to see some men in these games, not these little Serena, blah, blah, little kid, women thing, armor things. Not that I have an issue with women in here, but like, you know, when I see Space Marines, I want to see some solid dudes, you know. Cool. So yeah, they're looking awesome. That's the new lieutenant. So that's one of the new lieutenants that popped up. The yeah, that would make a good Alpha Legion actually. Awesome new vehicles. There it is. There's the hover rhino thing. Really nice. Really well done. Very cool. Love that handlebar at the front. Let's talk about that later. The guy looks cool inside. Actually, you know, now I've got the big guns popping out. It's kind of growing on me. Tigerius, that's an awesome model. That's an awesome model. I think we could have used some other stuff first, though. Some white scars, guys, and that. I don't know, will they be getting a codex? I still say that, like, white scars are good. Well, of course they're getting their own codex. There it is. Ugh. You know, of course there is. Sorry, it's been a long day painting. Anyway, so there you go. So everybody's getting a new codex by the looks of it. But it looks like our guesses were right as to white scars, you know, sort of being the first up. We kind of guessed that up there on the channel a while ago. Only Adonis and I, we had some really big conversations about stuff like that. And I think Adam Fox jumped in there as well a few times. But there was a massive convo about, like, because I remember, like, I actually thought it was going to be Blood Angels when they released the index rules, but then we got the index rules and it just turned out to be like Gabriel Angelos, and that's it, you know, and like, you know, and one stratagem or something. And I was just like, what? I actually thought that was going to be a like a little bit of a snippet for like a whole beta codex, like they did with the Sisters of Battle. But it wasn't. It was like, that was it. So yeah, it looks like white scars are the flavor, because, you know, you got a commander up there as well and all that kind of stuff. And it would kind of fit as well with what they're doing in the Forge World scene. So it's good that I'm playing a lot more 30k, because it enables me to sort of put things together with release schedules and things like that for 40k. Warhammer, this is actually going to be another video until this news came out. But through my computer gaming stuff, I happen to have known that Games Workshop have been in a little bit of a development period for a bit, and then this is going to be sort of like, now they're coming out of it. So expect to see a lot more stuff. They would have been working on this for a while. You know, I can't help to feel that a lot of it, including the new Dreadnought, the Phobos Dreadnought, that's just what I'm going to call it, because I don't know the exact name for it right now. The Phobos Dreadnought is a little bit sort of, you know, smashed together. It's a bit of a milk, you know, a bit of a milk your customer kind of thing. But, like, I get it. It's fine. This is kind of just like an appetizer, I'm pretty sure, for stuff that's coming up, okay, down the track. And we are approaching the last quarter of the year, and that's when Games Workshop really start ramping it up. And we know that. So, all good. So anyway, let's take a look at a new model now. So that would be Tigerius. Let's just read this out. We may as well. So, well, it appears that Manaris Calgar is not the only Space Marine to have crossed the Rubicon Primaris. Chief Librarian Tigerius of the Ultramarines and Corsaro Khan of the White Scars have followed in his mighty footsteps and have been reimagined as stunning new miniatures. And I must say, they both look quite stunning in my opinion. I really like both of these models. Khan, look, you know, I mean, I'm not like a massive White Scars player. I've got some in my Death Watch. Like, he looks great. They look great in Death Watch on bikes and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I've never been massive on them. It's nothing against them. You know, I think they're good. But I don't know. I'm not really a speed player. You know, I'm more of a sort of like a Blood Angel, sort of hard hitting, or Ultramarine, or something like that. I think, you know, in 30k, Alpha Legion kind of did this kind of good with their speed and stealth in 30k. But I don't know, the whole Mongolian sort of Attila the Hun thing is cool. But when you got, like, you know, other factions out there, like, you know, Blood Angels, you know, Marine Vampires, and, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to go, you know, focus more on that. But that's just me. I think it'd be fun to play White Scars, though. But it's just not my play style. All right, so, which is why I like Alpha Legion in 30k, because they're kind of a little bit sort of, You know, but they're more like Ultramarines in a way, especially with Alfarius and his re-rolling, his preferred enemy and stuff. But anyway, let's not digress. This is a video about Space Marines. So, Tigurius, love the model, fantastic. Like, the only thing is, and I'm not going to have a sooky whinge, because it's not a whinge. I do like it. I think it's awesome, and I'm happy that it's here. But I would have liked to have seen some other characters, you know, come out before this guy. Because honestly, like, I didn't get the latest model of this guy. I went and got a Librarian Terminator armor and converted him, and I used that as my Tigurius, and that was just going just fine, absolutely, completely fine. You know, and I think, like, I would have liked to have seen a Dante, to be honest, or, like, you know, so, or a, you know, a Van Shrike from the Raven Guard or whatever his name was, who I've got the old model here for. You know, but like he's great. Don't get me wrong. But we've already got a Primaris Librarian, and, you know, in my opinion, there was nothing wrong with the Terminator version. Just a little bit of conversion could have fixed it up. You know, hopefully there's going to be more stuff coming. All right, hopefully there's going to be more stuff coming. But whatever. Okay, so moving on, reading on. You may be wondering what that cool new war machine is. Well, it's called an Invicta Tactical Warsuit. Okay, so that's the name of it. Invicta Tactical Warsuit. So I'll no longer be able to just get away with the Phobos Dreadnought. It's got a cool name. I'll give it that. Whereas a Dreadnought serves as a frontline brawler or mobile heavy weapons platform, this lightly armoured walker is often found fighting alongside units from the Vanguard Strike Force on recon missions. So, here's my thing, right? If you can do this with a Marine and just chuck him in a Dreadnought chassis, then why don't you just have all the Marines in Dreadnought chassis? You know, instead of worrying about, like, you know, Centurions and Dreadnoughts at all. Why wait till they're dead? Just put them in there when they're alive. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me as well a little bit, if I remember correctly, this is lore-wise. I'm just talking about lore-wise now. If I remember correctly, weren't the Redemptor Dreadnoughts, which is what this is based off by the looks of it, weren't the Redemptor Dreadnoughts meant to be, like, uber taxing on the Marine in the sarcophagus, to the point where, like, they used to have burnouts like they would in the Leviathan Dreadnought? So they had a really, really short, you know, shelf life. Like, they traded off power for shelf life. I'm pretty sure that was in the lore. I remember the Redemptor Dreadnought, when they were talking about it, saying, oh, it's heaps more powerful than a normal Dreadnought. But, like, you know, Marines will get in there because they get a lot of power, but they don't last long in there because it's too much strain, you know, on the Marine, because the machine spirit in the Dreadnought is very mighty and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, just a thought on that one, everybody. Just a bit of a thought. Not that it's a big deal, but it's kind of just like, yeah, retcon anybody? All good. Anyway, moving on. The Invicta Tactical Warsuit is designed with sound dampening materials, enabling it to move at great speed with minimal noise output in support of the living pilot's Vanguard's brethren. In fact, it can even set up alongside them in concealed deployment, and yes, that totally is a pistolized heavy bolter strapped to his hip, like Robocop. Can you do that, Dad? TJ Laser. Spin that stuff. The list is terrifying things that might be sneaking up on you in the dark corners of the 31st millennium has just got longer. And there it is. So there it is. There's the Invictus Tactical Dreadnought, whatever it's called. Yeah. So that's it. And, like, I actually would like to see it with the bolter in its hand. I think that would kind of look cool. A little bit redundant, though, to be honest. I mean, why don't you just give it a bolter on its hand? Like, why? I suppose because then it can do melee as well. So, you know, it can hit things, it can grab things. That kind of makes sense, actually. Love the autocannons. And these autocannons here, I didn't actually see them before. in the picture. But now when we looked at the other angle in those trailers, I could actually see that, like, you know, those autocannons are sort of like popping out there. And they look quite nice, actually. They look quite nice. Yeah, it's not as Lego-y as what I sort of looked in the preview. And I do kind of like it. You know, I think the problem is, I think, you know, it is a little bit sort of out of place, though, in the Warhammer universe, in my opinion. And it kind of like I was saying, it begs a question: if these Marines can do, you know, can just sit there in a dread, why aren't they just doing it? Why aren't they all doing it? Why even bother with Devastators or anything like that? Just stick them in these walkers. You know, you just have it, you know. So, yeah. Let's see what some of the brothers have got to say about it on the channel. So we're just going to go on the Command Centre Wargaming Facebook. We're going to have a look. So, Adam Edgar says, it's a bit cheesy, to be honest, but saying that, I love the idea and will definitely get one at some stage. I really dig the Vanguard stuff that was released with Shadowspear, so reinforcements for those Marines is a great idea. I'm glad they're making an effort to expand on the storyline with new minis. It's a good point, Adam. So Terry Bowman, Terry says, Primari Baby Carrier. Yeah, pretty much Primaris Baby Carrier. Better than the Grey Knights one. Yeah, I think it does look more solid, Terry. On a side note, it does look like it can either melee or grab a gun. Matte locked into its leg. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Shinboy says it looked like a bodysuit for the Primaris Marines. Like the suit in an Avatar film. It does actually look very, very similar to the Avatar film. Yipshek said tempted to get all the new Primaris stuff, but yeah. And Only Adonis says the tower already speaking to litigation teams for copyright infringement. Yeah, I don't know. It sort of isn't that tower, but like whatever. So, you know, I think that, you know, if you want to play mechs, we do have tower, we do have knights, we do have admech. That's the other thing I was thinking when we talk about this. But look, I welcome it. I'm not going to be too brutal on it. I personally think like it looks like a little bit of a mix between the boss at the end of Wolfenstein, the mech with the dude in it, the doctor, whatever the hell it was, and a cross between that, and I agree with Shaboy. It's sort of mixed in with the Avatar Dreadnought. Which is what it is. So, yeah, in terms of rules, I could see it coming in handy, especially if it's going to be if it has a buff or anything, or can be buffed. If it is able to be a forward operative, then, you know, having a Dreadnought, like deploy 9 away or even halfway up the board is massive, because that's going to help you to get a first turn charge off. Like, and I take it that Blood Angels will be able to get one of these as well. So I could sort of see some combos opening up there, you know, with certain stratagems and things like that. You know, just getting it into melee just straight away. And even if it isn't, or Raven Guard, you know, -1 to hit. I know actually it's not infantry. I think it works on Dreadnoughts too, though, the Raven Guard buff. So, yeah, no, I could definitely see something happening with this guy. I don't know, look, I would have liked to have seen maybe this part covered up and just maybe like a window here. I reckon that would have been cool. So just having like a pilot, just have it look like the Mad Dog or whatever on Mech Warrior, from Mech Warrior. Hang on a minute, you basically do that, you cover it up, it's basically that thing exactly. They might have even taken that out because it probably looked too similar. But what are these handrails there for? I don't get it. Is it so like another Dreadnought can like pick you up and throw you? I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, it'd be cool if it was like hanging upside down off some like, you know, Storm Eagle or Thunderhawk gunship, you know, like the carrier one. That'd be pretty epic actually if that was the case. But so moving on. So all the Primaris Vanguard units that featured in Shadowspear are also set to receive their own kits very soon. Indeed, the mystery of the Las Fusils mentioned on the Eliminators Apocalypse datasheet that a few eagle-eyed among you spotted will also be revealed. Ooh, geez, that sounds good. But what about the cool looking tank? Well, that'll be the Impulsor. We know that you've been after a dedicated transport for your Primaris Space Marines. Boom, boom. So it's in the wording. Doesn't just look like it. It's 100% confirmed. And this is the answer. We'll have more on these units over the coming weeks, so stay tuned. So get those wallets ready, boys. We're going in. You can see here you kind of got those rails like where I think they can sit back, and they're really decking Marines out with autocannons here, aren't they? Now, apparently, so as I'm to understand it, and I might mention in this article as well, apparently the buffs, there's a new rule for like the Marines where I think they get an extra attack or something like that if they're charged, or they did get, or they got charged. And apparently this stuff all goes down for Chaos Space Marines as well. Now that's pretty crazy because Chaos Space Marines are already doing pretty good in the meta. So, like, decently. So, you know, I don't know. Is that going to set those guys OP? But anyway. I can also see these guys coming in fairly well with these new rules and stuff like that. And these guys who I always liked. So, the Phobos Marines, I always like the look of them. Yeah, fantastic. Was going to convert some up as Alpha Legion, actually. Maybe I might just make them like Loyalist Alpha Legion. That'll work. So anyway, moving on down the list. So Space Marines are also set to receive a new codex. Not just any codex, mind. Codex, mind? Not just any codex, mind. Probably they missed a word, I'd say mind you. But the best codex we've ever made. I hear that every time, you know. A tome where, until you re-release the Dark Eldar one, and then it all just gets power creep. So anyway, so a tome worthy of Robert Gilliman himself. First of all, the data sheets included in the book will also be available to all the first founding chapters and their successors. So whichever Space Marine chapters hold your allegiance, you'll be able to use the full spectrum of units available to the Adeptus Astartes, even if you're a Blood Angels, Space Wolf, or Dark Angels player. That's pretty epic. Let's have a look at that picture. Oh man, I just love to get some like Space Wolves or Blood Angels in those transports and just go like, yeah, anyway. Because with the melee weapons, like the chainswords and stuff like that, that's some things going on here. Some things going on. To suggest that Imperial Fist and White Scar fight the same way is nearly heresy, and the new codex and codex supplements really lean into the distinct identities of each chapter to ensure they work on the tabletop the way they do in the lore. Yay! Codex Space Marines has everything you need to play with an army of gene-enhanced super soldiers, and each of the supplements offers you additional chapter-specific data sheets and thematic rules that emphasize their unique heritage and the genetic legacy of the Primarch. Fantastic. All right, that's absolutely awesome. Hopefully, these things are going to be chock full of goodness. They're looking pretty damn thick to me. So, I think I'm really excited about this, everybody. I'm really excited. And I'm glad I've got like 3 boxes of Space Marines that I need to assemble. And I'm glad I have so many armies of Space Marines. Because, you know, I love Space Marines. As does everyone, I suppose. But I've really been, you know, like, yeah, I mean, the problem is it's just really hard to get them going in the competitive circuit. So hopefully this will do something with them. So, all right. Now, the next thing here is the rule. We're probably going to talk a little bit about this, actually. So, one iconic feature of all Space Marines is a sheer physical brutality with which they tear into the Emperor's foes once combat is joined. To help facilitate this on the tabletop, the universal traits of the Space Marines have been combined into a new catch-all ability called Angels of Death, which incorporates the usual suspects, and they shall know no fear and bolter discipline, as well as this cheeky little number. So it's a shock assault. If this unit makes a charge move, is charged, or performs a heroic intervention, apologize guys, add 1 to the attack's characteristics of models in the unit until the end of the turn. Epic. Once again, Blood Angels. Now, this is all Marines. This is Primaris. This is all Marines. Blood Angels. Death Company. You know, you're going up, like, you know, to like 4 attacks base. Smash Captains. Charging. Add another attack to the Smash Captain. Yes, please. I'm lucky I got 2 of those, because these things are about to get awesome. Alright. So, not to mention you know, Close Combat Terminators, Blood Angels, Close Combat Terminators specifically, Space Wolves, you know, Terminators, you know, the Thunderwolf Cavalry, you know, anything that you can get in there, melee, it's going to be great. And apparently, this goes for Chaos as well, apparently. Now, I haven't read that here officially, but I have heard it around the circuit. But let's just see, it might be in here. It might be in here some more. Cool, huh? And before you ask, yes, the Adeptus Astartes, the Grey Knights, and Deathwatch will also receive this update ability. So if purging demons and Zeniths is your thing, you're still covered. Oh, please fix Grey Knights. Please fix Grey Knights. Please, I hope they get... Please give Grey Knights an updated rulebook. Please. Like, seriously, let me finish my army. Like, give me the reason to actually go through and bother finishing my Grey Knights army, who are literally like the biggest joke of 8th edition right now, unfortunately. They're so awesome. Death Watch will also receive an update ability, so yeah, but I don't know about us. We'll hear you. Disloyal fans of the Traitor Legions cry, we love hitting things in combat too. Well, you're right. In fact, you're so right that you're also getting a Shock Assault. So, yeah, Chaos Space Marines getting it too. Death Guard, Thousand Suns, they may be Heretic Astartes, but they're still Space Marines, and they fight the same brutal fury as Law's Kin. Imagine, what's the name? World Eaters with the Shock Assault. You got a whole army who are just basically charging and hitting stuff in melee. Let's just give all our Berserkers of Khorne another attack. Sounds good to me. Yeah, time to start a World Eaters army, everybody. That's not even all. Codex Space Marines also has extensive rules for successor chapter tactics to support the creation of your own chapter of Space Marines. Whether you've always had a particular theme in mind for your chapter that you'd like to represent on the battlefield, or simply wish to enhance your favorite playstyle, you can get your own chapter master. Simply pick 2 successor traits from the long list of awesome choices included in your codex, and you're good to go. That's awesome. So you can make, you know, customized chapter masters as well. And let's just take a look at this. So while we're here, a bit of Kill Team. Kill Team's cool. I might actually start a bit of a thing with some of my students. Might have a Kill Team night. It should be cool. Right now they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is awesome. And I've had some interest in some Kill Teams, so we might basically go ahead and do that. So, see how we go. Cool. Awesome. Yep, that's awesome. Wonderful. Fantastic. Very wonderful. Very beautiful. All right. I'll just read this out really quick. What's this? Okay, well, we'll get to that. That's just intrigued me. Better not be crap. All right, awesome. So when we released the original Warhammer 40k Kill Team starter set, it proved to be incredibly popular. Yeah. After all, not only is this game great, but the box and loads of miniatures, 2 kill teams no less, terrain and a game board. That being the case, we thought we'd make another one to help new players to get started. But with 2 different kill teams and terrain, it's not only a great way to get into the game, but it's perfect for splitting with one of your friends, which is true too. Yes, we all must buy more things. If you're already a fan of Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team, fear not, we think the rules are awesome, so I haven't changed a thing. The new box set features a kill team for Space Marine Reavers, Fangs of Ulfric, pitted against the Fire Warriors of the Tau Empire, Advanced Team Star Pulse, across the amazing Sector Mechanicus terrain. Sweet! Ferocity and formidable combat skills face off against deadly range weaponry and coordinated fire support. It certainly makes an exciting dynamic. Sale right there. I'm going to get that box because I've been thinking about starting a tower army myself. And this would be a perfect way. I mean, I've got all the rule book and everything, but yeah, sale. As long as the price is well good on this, this is the kill team box I might get. So yeah, so that's going to be awesome. Don't think I'm going to buy it for a Games Workshop store. I'll probably order it online from one of their suppliers. But you know, that's another story. Check back in my videos for a bit of a... We'll have a chat about that another time. All right. Now, what's this? Prepare to have your mind blown. This better be good because I want to stop this video. I'm losing my voice. Warhammer TV. My mind is blown. Kind of.
War calls.
What is this?
Faith is tested. The beast roars.
You're not blowing my mind.
Ancient darkness rises. Everything has led to this. The psychic awakening.
Oh, okay. Well, that was sneaky. My mind was blown, but not in the way that I thought that it would be. Okay, psychic awakening. It is a thing. A few people liking my Sakaran battle tank there, Venator, which is awesome. So okay, let's just finish the video off with this. This one's still a bit of a secret. All we'll say for now is this is a new galaxy spinning event that's going to have a significant impact on every Warhammer 40k faction. It looks like Dark Millennium is getting a whole lot darker. As usual, we'll be keeping you up to speed right here. So be sure to check it out. Okay, fantastic. My money is on some kind of mini game for psychers, like a kill team for psychers or something like that. Like that would be pretty cool. Yeah. All right, everybody. So look, let me know what you think in the comments down below about this awesome new Space Marine stuff. I'm sure there's about 5 videos on it already. But look, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the channel. And let me know what you'll be hoping for in the far future, the 41st millennium. You know, and what are you looking for in these codexes? What are you hoping we might get? You know, rules-wise. You know, like, yeah, so all good. All right, everybody, look, I'll leave that there for today. Check out our other videos. If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing. Just hit the little red subscribe button down below. Click the little bell notification icon. It'll allow you to have the videos. You'll be notified whenever we release a video. And till next time, everybody, for the Emperor, and keep rolling. I'll see you in the next one.